All right, let's go.
The button pusher by the button pusher.
It's the button pusher. We talking to L dot O dot. Can you tell everybody why you say it like that? Why you explain it like that? Because most people say L-O, you know?
Yeah, it's L dot O dot because it's not low. It's the last one. Actually, it's an acronym from my original name. Like my original name, you know what I mean? My name's Jermaine, you know what I mean? And they say, well, why do they call you L-O? Because one day when I was young, my man Furl, shout out to the Leaps. He was like, Maniac, Jermaniac. He just kept walking around, kept saying Jermaniac, you know what I mean? And then one day he was like, what's up, Maniac Loke? And it stuck, like Jermaniac Loke, you know what I mean? And then one of my bosses was like, you're a maniac. So the whole Jermaniac thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
The whole Jermaniac thing was sticking, so it was just like, Main Loke, okay. And I was going through a situation, so Maniac got shortened to Main, like my name, Jermaine, you know what I mean? And then Main Loke means maniac living out of control. MAINLOC, living out of control. Maniac living out of control. You know what I mean? So that's what Main Loke means. And then it got shortened down to LO, like Loke, it's just LO. And then now it's just L.O. for the last one.
The older you get, the shorter it gets.
Swear to God. It was Maniac living out of control. Then it was just Main LOC. Then it was just Loke. Then it was just LO. And then I was just like, people was like, what do LO mean? And I was like, you know what I mean? All my friends, a couple friends died, friends locked up. I felt like I was the last one. And then I was like, damn, every time in this rap game, it felt like I'm going to be the last one to get in. So I was like, fuck it. LO means the last one. So it's not low. It has nothing to do with low. It means low, living out of control, or the last one.
Dope. Now, we have history.
Yeah.
We have such a beautiful history. And when I first met you, you were with TPA Records.
TPA Records, Thug Pound Army.
Thug Pound Army. Who was in that group, man?
Well, actually, we was a clique. We was 32 deep.
Woo.
You know what I mean? The group was F. Productions. Like, you know how they got the ASAP Mob in New York, and they got just ASAP Yams and Ferg and Rocky and all them. Basically, TPA was that. You know what I mean? We was 32 deep, 30 guys, 2 girls. And since TPA was just a group, we were our clique, a gang or a clique or whatever. And when we went business side, we started F. Productions. And then 2 members of TPA were the forefronts, was Dot and Dub. They were the rappers. So TPA was the clique, F. Productions was the label. Dot and Dub ended up dying, demise, you know what I mean? They end up dying. And F. Productions, the owners and COs and CEOs, they all got locked up and indicted and went to jail. So F. Productions faded away. TPA the clique, people went to jail, people end up dying, you know what I mean? Indictments happen and shit like that. They was trying to RICO us like a new gang, so we had to really chill out with that, you know what I mean? So TPA was really like streets for real. So after F. Productions happened, a couple members from a couple CEOs, well actually Milk, one of the CEOs from F. Productions, came home from jail, had some knowledge on some paperwork, started TPA, the record label. Now this is when you meet me. You know what I mean? TPA, the record label, which derives from TPA the clique. TPA the clique and TPA Records are totally different. Now, who was in TPA Records? Me. That's it.
Really?
That's it. And they're caught, you know what I mean? Because there was people that was in the streets was like,
TPA?
Yeah, where's TPA? Like, because you only met me and Milk.
Yeah.
But there was...
Where the hell is Milk?
Milk is, he's living his life. He's alive, he's well, he's doing his things, he got a couple kids. You know what I'm saying? But when you met me and Milk, there was 29 other people behind us, you know what I mean? I mean, 20, well, so, but you never seen them because they were really into stuff, things that we couldn't attach our label or brand to. You know what I mean? Henceforth, that's why Milk named me L.O. because everybody called me Loke. It was L.O.C. It was Loke, Loke, Loke. And for us to brand ourselves, and our first market was the Hill District. We was going, it was Hot and all those guys, and we were mimicking after those. We were coming up right behind them guys. Ray Zellis is my cousin. He was giving us the game, stuff like that. So our first market was the Hill. Hill are notoriously known as being the Blood Gang. Me from the West Side, my name is Loke. Man, he was like, L-O-C, Loke, Loke. No, we're going to call you L-O. So L-O didn't mean anything. It was just living out of, for real, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So L-O, he just took the C off to be politically correct. That's how I got my name. And
in between there was a break.
Yeah, big break. There was a break.
It was a long break. Yeah. What was going on in that break, fam? Because it was like you just faded to black.
All right, first from TPA Records, right? Me and Milk was doing our thing. We started disagreeing on things. You know, we started disagreeing on the music, like what singles we should put out and how long we should wait till we put out a single. I started disagreeing like that. I didn't understand. Now, 10 years later, I didn't understand the business aspect of anticipation and waiting and marketing and promoting. I didn't understand that. I just loved I could rap. I want everybody to hear me to rap, and he didn't want to do that. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, he was on the internet. He wanted to do internet and shit like that. And I was like, no, I want to make CDs. Let's do this. So there was a lot of conflict. I was being stubborn-headed. He was being bullheaded. We just clashed. But before we clashed, I started doing my own project when I met JPad around the Shadow Lounge. When you were, you know, the button pushers, you were doing your Shadow Lounge thing. And I met JPad Mobile Studios. So when I met JPad Mobile Studios, I still was signed. I signed a contract with TPA Records, 3 years, 3 albums contract. I didn't really read it. I thought he was my best friend. He's my best friend. I signed a contract with my best friend, basically from high school. I didn't really read it. Long story short, it was a 360 deal. I was screwed. It really was. It was like really bad. It was a bad deal. It was a really bad deal. But I got out of it. But I say I met JPad the Juggernaut while I was still in my deal to say this. I had my set studio where I couldn't release no music out of that studio. That was my record label. I did not pay for no studio time. I did not pay for any beats. The song Fire Cherry, I did not own it. It was my song, but I did not own it. It was on the radio. I didn't even know about ASCAP. I just knew I didn't even like the song, but he marketed all that. So with the Mother Studio, his name was Diesel. We recorded with Diesel, me and Milk. I start renegading on my side project. I started my own group like a Young Money, like Lil Wayne. I started a Young Money on the side. He was okay with that. And then me starting Young Money was couple guys, and that's when I started recording on my own. I recorded 100 songs, mixtape, stuff like that to push myself out there because I wasn't getting he wouldn't drop my music. So as long as he wouldn't drop my music, I was dropping mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. So you wouldn't hear me, but I was working, and I wasn't really allowed to do that because it wouldn't cross my contract. Then the group I was working with, my friend Monster, one of the guys in the group, ended up getting killed, allegedly by another member in the group. So say there was 4 people that I was working on. While I'm in TPA Records, me and Milk, he's the CEO, I'm the president. I got, just say I'm Lil Wayne, he's Baby. Say I got Young Money over here. Monster is one of the prominent guys, and allegedly another member murdered him. So my group was like, what the fuck? So I couldn't trust nobody. I went through a real life Juice situation because everybody was living with me. So you know what I mean? So it's like, the nigga on the couch done did something to the nigga on the chair. Yes.
Coming over there to the west side.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know who to trust. And so now I got my TPA Records thing. We're arguing because he don't want to release more than one single. I got my whole shit mixed. I go into a deep depression. Very deep depression. I tried to make music. I was making music, but I would get no push. It would stay on the shelf because I was under contract. I couldn't release anything. So now I'm getting into very deep depression. When my friend got killed, I wiped his brains up. I swept his brains up, Clorox. Don't believe that forensic shit they come with. They didn't even scan for the bullets. They didn't do nothing or nothing. They just came, took his body and left. No detective looks for nothing. I cleaned that shit up. You see what I'm saying? But so I got into a really deep depression. I moved away from the West Side. I tried to do a couple shows. That's when I met Shooter Rich. Rest in peace to Shooter Rich. You know what I mean? I met him on Carson Street doing shows, freelance. I was just doing freelancing shows. And then my body just I was big on energy. You see me perform. My body just started going down like a battery. I couldn't perform. I couldn't keep a note. I couldn't keep a breath. I couldn't keep a sentence without going. So I couldn't breathe. So I would end up going to the hospital and being diagnosed with sarcoidosis. They thought I had cancer in 2010, 11-ish. You know what I mean? So I couldn't breathe right correctly. You know what I mean? I had to get stitches in my mouth. I had a cyst under my chin like this. I didn't want no one to see me because I had a golf ball size cyst under my chin. So no woman I didn't want anyone to see me. And that's why I still rock a beard to this day, because when you first met me, I had the little sideburns or a skinny beard, you know? And then so I didn't want the doctor. I didn't even go to the doctors. And then I just, and one day I got really sick, like I couldn't move. My mom made me go, and everybody made me go to the doctors. They diagnosed me with sarcoidosis, and I stopped rapping. I wanted to live. People was like, well, how come you're not rapping? Fire Cherry's on the radio. Okay, and then when my song was on the radio, Whammo 106.7 with Jay Cruz and all them, that only lasted a while because that radio station got canceled. And that got canceled for years. Was about 2 years? So my whole push in this city died down. I was with Atlantic Records, verbal contract, and I took the route with my homie, like, okay, fuck Atlantic Records, me and you gonna go independent Gucci. Like, we gonna go Gucci. But I got shelved. Nothing came out. The radio station in my city got canceled. Now I'm sick. I can't do nothing. So I just stopped.
So when did the frat game come into play in your life, and how did that get you back?
Okay, 2011. They diagnosed me. I went to the hospital. Went to the hospital. I went to the church also. When I went to the church, the lady put her hands on me. I felt the fire. You know what I'm saying? God came into my life. And ever since that day in August 2011, the doctor called me the next day. You're approved for your medicine, because they wasn't giving me medicine, and they knew I was sick, but I didn't have no insurance, so they wouldn't give me no medicine. So I would flip out. That would make me more depressed. I start really taking prescription drugs. You see what I'm saying? Vicodin, Percocets. You know what I mean? I have a song called Pain Pill because I was in pain, but I was like trying to self-medicate, and the doctors knew I was sick. Everybody knew I was sick, but my insurance wouldn't give me my medicine. You see what I'm saying? So they was going to let me die. So I signed up for some emergency medicine or whatever, because they thought it was cancer. I had emergency surgery. They had to take a lymph node out my neck. They found out I was cancer free. They said I was sarcoidosis. They put me on a medicine called prednisone. I was 143 pounds. I dropped to 143 pounds. Prednisone, 30 days, I gained 30 pounds. A $170 and 30 pounds. I was cleaning the house, running around, doing push-ups, sit up. Like the first couple days, I couldn't even do a push-up. I wasn't used to the weight. So I started doing push-ups and lifting weights and stuff like that. This is in 2011. I started feeling better off prednisone. I wasn't dealing with rapping. My little brother, JH, he was rapping. Now this is how the frat gang came. My cousin Fresh, my cousin started coming around, my cousin Jig, whatever. They were the frat boys because the way they were living, my older cousin came into their apartment building and was like, piece of weed, guts, beard, you laying on the floor, you smell like socks in the gym. Y'all living like a frat. That's how you living like a frat. You know what I mean? I was sick on the north side, but my cousins and them, they was living like a frat, so they would come over, check up on me. You getting better? Okay, now you can be around people. I was wearing masks before COVID because everybody was smoking. I was wearing these type of masks before COVID because everybody was smoking, and my lungs and shit, I had sarcoidosis and this respiratory disease. Long story short, I get better. I get around Nit. Rest in peace, Sean, you know what I'm saying? Sean Nitty, rest in peace him. I get around him. My little brother Josh called me. We just doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing. We smoking weed. We're going to clubs. We're out. I'm not promoting no music. I don't care about Fire Cherry. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm calling everybody I love them. Whatever. I'm out every day in a bar. Every day. My little brother Josh called me and say, bro, somebody just dissed you on YouTube out of a clear ass blue. I said, what? Nobody did. It was somebody in your old group that you was starting with the Young Money, you know, fake, not Young Money, but TPA subgroup, whatever. Somebody dissed you, bro. Let me listen to it. I go to YouTube. Yeah. Talking about rest in peace the monster. Talking about that situation. Talking about he dissed me on YouTube. I said, motherfucker, I can rap. I said, okay, fuck all this bar shit. I went to East Ohio Street, bought some beats. Because I wasn't too computer savvy. I bought some beats on a CD, went home. I called my cousin. My cousin said, you back rapping? I said, man, listen to this shit. Yeah. He said, oh, you just dissed the nigga? He said, he picked me up. My cousin Fresh picked me up. Fresh and Nitty picked me up. I had a hospital appointment that day. They picked me up from the hospital. They took me to the studio, took me to Big Justice. I laid down a diss track, put the diss track on shit. Next thing you know, Main Loke's rapping again. I do another song. Oh, I say it on the record. Frat gang. I was the first one to say frat boy gang on the mixtape. This nigga heard it. I want to be a frat. Let's do a song together. Now we got 100 motherfuckers on Instagram. Instagram just start popping. Everybody's a frat boy this, frat girl that, frat girl this. And it was just like, damn, I just made a song. We don't have no ASCAP. We don't have no manager. We don't have no guidance. We don't have our own beats. We just rapping on any beats. We just going out.
Did you realize at that point how powerful your mind was? Like, did you realize yet that when you did something or when you said something, it was really like making a stamp out here?
Never knew I had leadership qualities. I always thought a good leader was the best follower. You know what I'm saying? Because leaders change. Leaders are never constant. A good leader passes on his knowledge to the best follower so he can be the leader when he's no longer fit to lead. You understand what I'm saying? So I always was the best follower and never knew when I was leading because I was so Milk. I'll give all my street credit to Milk. Not street credit, but hustling, how to tell a lie like he's lying. Or how he's trying to finesse you. Or you can get the cheaper price. It really don't work like that. This is how you talk. This money talks like this. I learned that from Milk. You see what I'm saying? So me being the best follower, now being loyal, people say you're a fuckboy. I was loyal. Wow. Yeah. Was I a fuckboy or was I loyal? At the end of the day, I got fucked, so I don't understand it. So loyalty will fuck you over. Me not knowing what I was doing, I was just saying this is what I was taught to do. I'm teaching you what that was taught to me, because there was many times I had $10 in the club. He paid my way. I'm smoking for free. So now I'm doing it for you. I'm not a boss. I'm passing the torch down. Because I rode shotgun for years. Shotgun. I needed gas money for years. Bus money for years. So when I give you bus money, I roll up some weed for you. I give you some work or whatever and tell you how to do. You look at me as a boss. I look at it as this is how I follow. Homage. So I never knew the impact.
Well, very dope impact. Frat Boys, Frat Gang, it still rings.
Fuck running and telling.
you know, one of the biggest names out of that group that I know of was Benji.
Yeah.
That boy's a beast. What was it like working with him? Are you guys still cool, and are y'all gonna make any?
Oh, that's my brother. That's like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
You see him? But now the thing about Benji is how he got into a frat. Remember I said I was rapping and I only started rapping because I got dissed? Now Benji's, when I got dissed and I was sick and I went really out rapping, Benji's had a mixtape out. He was really he was blossoming into his rap shit. He would say, "Look, what do you think about this? How should I structure this?" He was coming to me on some OG shit. Look, you know, he even came, there's a video called The Trap Took Me Back. First one, which I wasn't rapping, I'm big, I'm chubby, I'm doing my thing, you can see it. Benji's always come around, so Benji's always was his own entity. Yes. Benji's is the one that, he didn't have to be frat. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Benji's didn't have to be frat. Benji's drew the frat logo. Wow. He's the one that drew the trouble. I named it the trouble man. No, the problem child. The problem child. I keep thinking about T.I. The problem child. The head, the face, the crest is called the problem child. Benji's drew that. Benji's was the own entity. The frat was their own little thing. I was the voice. Benji's is lovable. Yeah. He's a great guy. Instagram, funny. Yeah. He's a man of many talents.
He'll shoot you.
Yeah. He's licensed to carry.
Yeah, he'll kill you.
Yeah, he's licensed to carry.
When did that kind of the frat situation kind of dissolve? Because now here we are, 2020 going in 2021, and that's a good bit of time in between frat and now. When did that situation dissolve and you said, you know what, I'm still going to do this?
Okay, 2013 we won Best Group of the Year, Pittsburgh Hip Hop. Okay, when we won that group, Best Group of the Year, and we won several contests and things like that, trophies and awards and radio shows as a group. It was the 5 Heartbeat Syndrome.
Oh boy. The egos kicked in?
Kicked in. Did you see that new Red Bull commercial with the 7-headed dragon?
Yes,
he put the and that's the frat. And the Red Bull was success.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what happened.
You know, that
and then people start, fake fans, the frat groupies, he's better than him, or he's better than him. He's better than he got more money than him, or he's really like that, or and now it's like, dude, and then it became, it's okay. The rappers stuck together. Now it's just the frat rappers. Now it's like, oh, they're that and they're that.
Yeah, that's destructive.
That's what it was.
So why are you here? Why are you still? You know, who is L.O. now? Like, why should we listen to these stories? These are great stories.
Now, I dropped out of the frat. I'm going to be the one to say I fucked up. We all had a group message. We was all in a group. Sean Nitty Reese, you know what I'm saying? He went to be a good club promoter and stuff like that. At the time, he was starting to be a promoter. He ended up doing the Galaxy and Secrets and all that. He was the only one in the frat that really...
Bring everybody out, no problem. Bring home without no problem.
I stopped rapping. I tried to do my solo thing. I hooked up with an exotic dancer. And at the time of the frat, I was, at the time of the frat gang, people might not know this, I was like, just from being sick, I was not allowed to work. I was legally disabled. So I was not allowed to work. If I'm not allowed to work, they was only trying to give me $200 a month on welfare. You see what I'm saying? So what do you think? I was broke as fuck. So I'm handsome and I got game, and I see an exotic dancer and I take the first train smoking. I know what to do. My street sense kicked in. I said, we don't have to get paid. We was only getting paid $250 a show. That's $50 a person. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Fuck rapping. Me and this girl gonna hit the road. I made a couple of songs with her. I did a solos, had her dancing, and I fell in love with the money. I started getting into the streets. I just start flipping the money, because once you're in that nightlife, exotic dancing life, people want to stay up. And there's certain things people do to stay up. You see what I'm saying? And then I try to capitalize off that situation. You know what I mean? Because there was a need and the void, and since I'm sober, you know what I mean, I can say I can feel that void, if you know what if you catch my drift. So I really was like, I'm living a rapper's life without rapping. I got the bad bitch, I got the Benz and shit, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, I'm good, I got jewelry, I'm taking trips, I'm like, fuck rapping. I stopped rapping. Fuck it. And then you are who you are. A bird's gonna want to fly no matter what, no matter how long he's caged, or no matter how many times you clip his wings. That bird is gonna smell air, it's gonna smell spring, and wonder why he needs to go down south. He don't know, he just wants to do it. So I got into some gangster shit on the north side to where I had to move, a shootout on the north side, because I had some money and people wanted my money. You see what I'm saying? And long story short, they didn't get no money. I did the Chinese trick on them. I did the Chinese look. I had abusive pops and shit, but he only taught me a couple things. But one of the things he taught me is the Chinese trick when you pull the money. You stuff your money on the side, pull your pocket out. You see what I'm saying? So I pulled my pocket out. I had like a couple hundred in my pocket. Pulled the side out like that. You know what I mean? Did like that. He thought I bunny eared my pocket. I ain't had nothing of that. He laid me down and shit. Told me to count to 10 or 100. He told me to count to 100. I said, fuck. It was a couch like this. I just wanted to sit down like this. He said, turn around. I said, fuck. All right, turn around. He said, you bitch ass nigga. I said, this nigga about to shoot me, yo. Swear, I said, man, this nigga about to shoot me, yo. He said, count to 100, bitch ass nigga. And then he just started searching for shit. He just left. I counted 10. 1, 2, 3. He went to the other room. I got up, got to my gun, cocked that shit, pop, 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 started just busting, start shooting back. I got evicted. We in the projects. We got evicted for that shit. The police ain't even get out the car. We got evicted, you know what I mean? The police ain't even checked the scene. We got evicted. I moved out of Pittsburgh. I moved to another county and shit, cause I had, you know what I'm saying? I had my girlfriend. She had kids, so I had to get them kids out of the situation. And when it happened, I was picking up the kids from work. I was getting off work, picking up the kids from the daycare. Wow. So the kids was there, robbed me. They laid me down, gunfire. Kids was right there. But they was like not right. They was like in another room. You know what I mean? So I moved to New Ken. I had dreads, chubby. I'm main low from the city. New Ken's not the city. Doug, I'm gritty. Like fuck y'all niggas. That's how I'm feeling. So I said, let me change my mind. Let me change my heart. Gave the girlie an ultimatum. You're doing more than doing that. You actually a prostitute. You're not exotic dancer, you're a prostitute. Okay, I'm not dealing with that. Yeah. Okay, kick rocks, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Okay, now I'm left with bills. Now I live in a house now. I got a big house. I don't live in the projects now. I'm in a new neighborhood. I can't make no money. I gotta get a job. I can't make no money out here. I don't know no street niggas. You know? And plus they keep saying it's hot as a pot. Fuck, I get a job. I started as a fucking temp agency, Universe. Temp on a fucking line, hard ass line. Yo, my bill's $800 something a month, overhead $1,500 a month, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I gotta work 60 fucking hours a week. Just to make even. Just to make even. I work so fucking hard. It's temp agency on the line. You guess what I did in a year? I get promoted, not the head of temp line, and then I do that, I get hired on to the job, because you know, temp agent, you can get fired in 30 days. I get hired on. Not that I just get hired on. God damn it, I've been the fucking supervisor. I'm the supervisor of the whole fucking joint less than a year and become fucking employee of the whole year. I started making I was making $920 something, then I started making $13 something, then I'm making $40,000 a year. Yeah. Sitting on my, call my ex, bitch, I don't need shit. I'm shitting on you. I'm buying another car. Okay, I'm living my best life. I'm saying, yo, I got a whole house. I'm getting money. I'm a supervisor. I start playing with shit. I'm buying stupid clothes. I'm buying all type of shit. I'm not rapping. Still not rapping. I'm pimping. Not pimping. I'm pimping. I'm gonna keep it a whole 100. This is 100. I got 3 bitches in the crib. This is hustle and flow real life. I got a pregnant bitch, I got a Chinese bitch, and I got a regular black bitch. The pregnant bitch was Puerto Rican, and I'm not fucking lying. I got 3 bitches in my big ass house by myself, no kids. Listen, I'm pimping. Okay, I said, you know what? I'm doing too fucking much. I'm doing too much. Hoes, y'all gotta get out. When you pregnant, when you that baby drop, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Hoes, get out. Da, 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 da. I'm doing my regular shit. I said, fuck all that shit. I cut my dreads. Boop, cut my dreads, got it even. Okay, I'm Jermaine. Don't call me Main Loc, don't call me L.O. I'm Jermaine. I meet this bitch, excuse me, I meet this woman. My first intentions is pimp this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Put her on niggas, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, make her dance and shit like that. First intentions. Now, when I'm in New Ken, no one knows I'm a rapper. No one knows that. No one knows about me. No one, because I'm Jermaine. I'm at work. He's the supervisor dude. One girlie started getting close to me. I let one person get close. She say, something's about you. What's up? I'm making songs. She's like, you know how to rap. You got skills. I'm saying, you don't know. Matter of fact, this is who I am. One day I said, I showed her who I was, how to look me up. My name is L.O. You don't know that. My name is L.O. from the frat. Look this shit up. Frat gang. Showed her all the links. She said, that was you. I was fatter. I'm not on prednisone no more. I stopped taking pills. My life got better. My heart's better. And you know what I'm saying? My everything got better. So she's looking at this person on Frat Gang and TPA Records, and it's like, who the fuck? You need to get back into it. You need to get back into it. So one day I woke up and said, a good woman will motivate you. I wrote my first song. She brought me a fucking notebook. She just kept bringing me notebooks. I'm not worried about that shit. It got to my 6th notebook she brought me to where I wrote something down. She just kept it. You gonna write something in that one? Well, you gonna write something in this one? You ain't gonna write nothing in that one? Well, you gonna write something in this one? I wrote something. I'm playing around just like the Frat Gang. I start doing internet beats. I ain't worried about it. Something clicked, said, get the money. I'm watching Young Dolph. I get in touch with you again. I didn't even know you were K-Bay. You know what I mean? And then some said, get the money. I get in touch with a couple guys. J-Pad again, you know what I mean? He teaches me how to do my ASCAP. You hook me up with a couple people that want to try to manage me, and all of a sudden I just did some research. I had a couple dollars. I knew what I was doing, and I'm gonna take it serious this time. And then I start making real music. I reached out to you, and now I reinvented myself. I'm L.O. I wasn't the last one when I was with Frat Gang. I was still L.O. Maniac living out of control, L.O.C., just L.O. That's who I was. Dreads, fat, hustler, whatever you want to call it. Now I reinvented myself.
Who is this man? Who is L? Who is L?
L.O. is a griffin. That's why the L.O. he's an entertainer. He's been hurt. L.O.'s the product of the hurt. Yeah. L.O. is the pieces put together. That's what it is. The L.O. is the piece. L.O. is the.
God leave you here. What is your purpose? What are you going to do? You did all of that you said all of that to say what? Why are you here?
My purpose is to break my generational curse. I don't have any kids, but I have a slew of nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters that have no mother or father. Rest in peace of my mom. Rest in peace of my stepdad. You know, that my mom died on Christmas, 2016, and that's one of the biggest reasons I'm here rapping again, because that's the only way that I can secure my family, secure the bag. And my mom said before she died, I was with her Christmas Eve 2016. She died on Christmas. I was the last one with her. She said, I want all my kids to be independent. And she walked upstairs and never came back down. You see what I'm saying? She said, I want all y'all together to be independent. And she knew I had a gift. She would come to the Shadow Lounge. She said, you know what I mean? She knew, and she just died out of clear blue. She wasn't sick. She wasn't nothing. It was just died. So I'm here to break my generational curse. And that's what, and then from that, and create generational wealth, and from that, inspire the next person to do it. I apologize. I was out pimping and shit. You know what I mean? I want to get a shelter so those females will never meet a nigga like me. I was actually nice. If there's niggas worse than me, yeah, who I used to be. You see what I'm saying? Because some of these women were homeless in different situations, and I capitalized off their fucked up shit to make us some money. But it's a fucked up thing to do, and that's not. If I have a daughter, I don't want her to go through that. I'm here to.
Kids?
I don't have any kids.
Will you?
Yes.
You want children?
Yes. Yes. I do want children. My purpose here is to make as many as fuck ups and help as many people as I can from me fucking up.
And you will. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it now.
Yeah. Pimping ain't good.
It ain't easy.
That dope money ain't good.
It ain't good.
But guess what? Carrying a gun ain't good. I had to do those things. I was on my own since I was 16 years old. When I say on my own, I'm talking about I have the same obligations as a 50-year-old. At 16 years old, I have to pay bills. I have to find food. I have to find clothes. I have to find shelter. I have to find those things. I didn't have. My granddad told me 2 men can't live in the same house. So I had to do what I had to do. I carried a gun because I was afraid of my life. I wasn't going to take your life. I did some things. I went to jail for robberies, shit like that. You know what I mean? I have a jacket, you know what I mean? Because I was robbing because I was hungry. I didn't have no food. You know what I mean? I'd take $20 just to go steal out of the store a hoagie, shit like that. I had to do what I had to do because I had to do it. I never glorified it.
The kid that comes up to you and they say, Mr. L.O.,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like you. What do you tell them?
Stay true to yourself. There's a little voice in everybody. You have to learn to listen to it and make it louder. Make it louder because it starts off little. And the more you listen to it, it becomes louder, and then it becomes your conscience, and then it becomes your character. It becomes who you are. It starts right here because everybody knows right from wrong. So I will tell that little kid, your body knows right from wrong. But I didn't listen to myself. My first self said, be your own manager. Nope, milk, you can be my own manager. My first self said, go to college. Nope, I want to sell drugs. My first self said, no, listen to your granddad. Nope, I want to get kicked out. Shit like that. So if you listen to yourself, stay true to yourself, you can never go wrong. And you can be whatever you want to be.
What do you have coming up now? What can people look forward to seeing from you, and where can they find you?
Ha! You couldn't find me before, now you can find me on everywhere. I have about 8-9 singles on all streaming platforms. You can look me up, L.O. I'm not going to give you all the names, but I'm going to give you one name, Babysitter, one word, Babysitter /bounce. Not slash, Babysitter space bounce. L.O. Babysitter bounce is one of my hit singles. And you can look that up on Spotify, any streaming thing. You can find me on YouTube, Main Lobe. The last one, DALAST 1_ on Instagram. You know what I mean? I'm up to 5,000 followers now. You know what I mean? At less than a year, 5,000 followers. I done did a couple shows. Don't get it messed up. There's shows I showed up to and I didn't even get to perform. I done paid $1,000 and they say, oh, the fight broke out, or your DJ don't have your music, and it's a long road, and it's still a long road.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
This was a great interview. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm on that shit, you ain't gotta bring my bitch up. I'm talking shit out. Oh, you the shit out. Real life, you look better than your pig out.